Yeah. Well, you should dust that off because you want it to look good when it crashes to the ground. And with that said, sorry, both Karma owners out there. Let's go ahead
more than one?
Head into the newsroom.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
We got a full load of news for you tonight. Everything that you'd ever want to know about drones in the dronosphere. Let's head on in and see Jeff Sills. What's happening, buddy?
Oh man, this week has just been a flood of news. Just so much stuff across the board. So what we'll do is we'll start with a fun one. Flybotics has developed a novel new drone that uses two propellers and an advanced stabilization system that allows it to fly for twice as long as a conventional drone.
Drones with a pretty unique technology that combines the aerodynamic efficiency of conventional helicopters with the mechanical simplicity of multi-rotors. And this gives us an advantage at the level of the flight time and also the noise reduction. The innovation of Flybotics allows to fly with only two rotors instead of four in a conventional quadrotor. And we achieve this by working on an advanced control system that we have developed internally, but also a meteorology system that basically measures the speed of rotation and the speed of the tilting of the blade itself. This drone is being developed for the industrial inspection use case, especially for oil and gas plants. However, this technology can also be used in other applications like public safety, law enforcement, and generally all applications where miniaturization of drones is necessary.
That's wonderful. I mean, and it's great for parties too, because when you get all smashed and you want to put a lampshade on your head, why do it yourself when it can just fly there and hover? Is it not a flying lampshade?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Exactly what I was thinking.
And by the way, just a quick announcement. People I see out of the corner of my eye. Don't ignore the chat. It just goes by so quickly. Last week we did this thing where any super chat over $20 would trigger the bird song. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, Jeff, because Jeff tries to get through the news, and so many people are trying to interrupt. And we have a lot of news to get to, and we don't want to be late for Mr. Steele. So tonight I will let you know that my channel was one of 90,000 channels around the world that was picked to beta test super stickers. I'm not sure how that works. I think there's a little smiley face next to the dollar sign, or you click the dollar sign, then something else. But if you do a super sticker that has a bird in it, and what's the dollar amount there, Kelly? You pick one.
$3.
$3 or more super sticker. Then Kelly will do a dance. No bird stuff tonight for Jeff. We're going to give Jeff a break. Kelly will do a dance for every super sticker over $3.
Okay.
Not to put you on the spot. Back to you, Jeff, in the newsroom.
All right. So while planning the security around the RBC Canadian Open Golf Championship, the Hamilton Police Service put a new spin on the definition of high-tech security.
We were walking around the course all yesterday, setting up each individual station, and being able to see that this little box, this tiny little box, is able to detect a drone flying through the sky, and how even being in the security trailer, being able to be around all this other footage and things like that, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that not a lot of people will get.
Great opportunity for our students to come and experience the technology, for them to see how it works and see the importance of its use at an event with this kind of pedigree.
That is cool. And by the way, thank you so much, Chris DeGata, with a 2-pound super sticker. That's the first time I've seen one. It says, "Hey you," and it's a little dude dancing. That's not enough to trigger the Kelly dance. However, Chris Hope, $10 super sticker with a dude flying underneath. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Kelly Green. Okay, that's enough. Back to the news.
I was just getting warmed up.
No.
That was only $1 worth.
The camera angle was just, I was starting to make me feel weird.
I was about to turn around.
Artco Drone Solutions, thank you so much for that $3 what is it called again? The super sticker. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go, ladies. All right. This was probably poorly conceived. Now back to you, Jeff. Sorry. I'm sorry for everyone's eyes that you're going to have to boil in oil now.
Oh God! All right.
Yeah.
So next in the news, Travis Oliver was flying his drone and saw in Lafayette, Indiana, a fire off in the distance, and flew his drone over and caught some amazing footage of what's been now called the Lindbergh Village Fire.
Wow. This, man, it started in one of the homes and spread to a few others. Is that right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the homes are really close together. Now, when he got there, there were only 3 houses burning. The fire department hadn't shown up. Once he saw that the fire department was coming, by the time he left the area to avoid interrupting the fire department, there were 5 houses on fire.
Oh.
Wow. And it looked like it took the fire department a little bit to get there. Can you imagine being the house on either side that's not on fire just yet? That's horrible. That is horrible. And
very horrible.
But you know what will make us feel better is the many super stickers that are coming in. Coffee and drones, $4 super sticker with a little bird, and Todd Fox, $5 super sticker. Keep it up. Williams Aerial Media, $5 super sticker, and now $14 worth of dancing. Oh, man. All right.
$100 super chat and the shirt comes off.
No.
Oh, man.
What have we wrought?
You guys are doing this during the news for all.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're trying to build the energy of the show. Back to you.
So, in the next video, we have exclusive video from News Fox 4 that caught a drone flying over a Jasper fire.
Oh, yeah, this is horrible. Check this out.
This happened just after 11 o'clock on Saturday night near Dolores Way or Drive in Marie Way. You could see the drone flying through the air and the pilot grabbing it out of the air before walking back to his truck and taking off. Our chief photographer, Jeff Deitch, called 911 to report this, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Office did send 4 deputies out there to try and find him, but he was gone by the time they arrived. Luckily, Jeff got a license plate and vehicle description, so I'm told that deputies will try and follow up this week. Generally, the planes and helicopters that make water and retardant drops are grounded at night, but an FAA spokesman told me sometimes they will send scout planes up, even to have some eyes in the sky at night. You also need a special waiver to fly at night. The FAA spokesman said it's unlikely that this person had a special permit.
The best is, especially during emergency operations, day or night, it doesn't make any difference. If there's emergency operations going, leave your drone at home. Leave it grounded. Don't put it out. You're putting the lives of the community at risk, as well as the lives of the firefighters.
Again, it is against federal law to resist or interfere with firefighting efforts. And in instances like this, the FAA does typically go straight to enforcement with no warning. And if you are arrested, you could be fined up to $20,000.
That was nice of his mom to let him stay up late and do his newsy thing, wasn't it? Doesn't he look like a toddler? I mean, look, hey, when you're over 50 like I am, you can say things like that. Look at his ill-fitting suit. I'm a horrible person. Deep down, I'm a horrible person.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm neglecting our dancing duties. I apologize. Williams Aerial Media, $3 super sticker. What does it say? Fist bump bird, hit it. All right, it's enough. Back to you.
No, I got the robot. I was about to bust out the robot.
Oh, the robot. Go ahead. Great. Unsubscribe. This sucks. I thought we were going to talk about drones.
All right. So next in the news, we have essentially what could be considered a face-off in the sky. Columbus police say a drone came dangerously close to one of their helicopters.
I said, Dave, that's a police chopper driving around here. What's going on?
The commotion started in the sky and ended on the ground here in this quiet North Columbus neighborhood. Police say this drone was essentially playing chicken with their chopper.
This one, it was closer, and it followed the flight path of the helicopter and even tried to evade detection from the helicopter by flying underneath. And our crew thought it was prudent to find out who's operating this because it was in an unsafe manner.
Police say it was not only unsafe, it was operating illegally at almost twice the altitude allowed. Plus, the chopper flies without doors during the summer, and the drone could have ended up right inside.
Every day when we fly, that's a question that goes through all of our minds as pilot and command. What if somebody's flying a drone? What if they don't know how to fly the drone or lose control of the drone? How do we respond?
When Columbus police spotted that drone in the sky way too close to their chopper, they knew they needed to follow that drone to find the owner. So when the drone landed right here in this schoolyard, the chopper came down too, right near the playground, and found a drone almost identical to this one.
I think that's stupid, in my opinion. But I have a great respect for our police officers, which a lot of people don't, when they put their lives on the line every day to protect us.
We have to be vigilant in our scanning during flying, and we have to take evasive action when we can. If you see a police helicopter or any aircraft that's at a lower altitude, land the drone.
Absolutely. This is why education is so important. You know, all this drone craze is still going, and everybody doesn't know all the rules, or can use common sense. Just use common sense, people.
Yeah, when I read the story the very first time, it didn't sink into me until they were talking about how the pilot had deliberately attempted to evade the police officers by flying underneath them, by basically trying to hide from them. And then actually the helicopter landed in the same place where the drone landed, and people pointed, to who the pilot was. He took off running, left the drone, everything behind, just figured he could just make a break for it.
And by the way, isn't this woman precious? Don't you just love her?
I think that's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I just love her.
That's the soundbite. That's right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so next in the news we have one. This is a man was recently arrested for flying his drone over an ATV crash in Mansfield that actually resulted in the death of 2 people.
The detective at that time said, well, I'm going to confiscate your drone then. And I said, not without a warrant, you're not. And he says, I don't need a warrant. He said, I can confiscate whatever I want and get a warrant to search it later.
49-year-old Don Huffman says he was flying his drone above a fatal accident along US 30 in Mansfield on Monday. 2 men were killed when their ATV plunged off a cliff onto the highway below. A Mansfield police detective confronted Huffman and told him that his drone was getting in the way of a police drone above the scene. Huffman was arrested on a charge of obstructing official business, and police seized the drone and his cell phone and iPad. Now, Huffman told police he took no photos or video of the scene, and he was later charged with falsification after investigators found images of the fatal accident on his iPad. Huffman claims there was no memory card in his drone, and he maintains the images were unintentionally sent to the iPad. Mansfield police say Huffman and his drone were interfering with their investigation, and they were very sensitive to the fact that the bodies of the 2 victims were still at the scene.
If their drone would have said police drone, I'm sure I wouldn't have flown my drone around it. I'm totally floored that they have made a criminal issue out of this.
It's technically a crime scene. Even though it was an accident investigation, it still is a scene that we need to secure as best as possible. This continues to be a challenge for us with new technology and people wanting to take photos, that they shouldn't, obviously, in a crime scene, because it's just, to me, it's just not right. Let us do the work. We will release information and go from there.
Don Huffman has hired a lawyer and says he plans to fight the charges. Gabe, police say as more and more people buy drones, this will become a major issue.
There is so much to unpack here. And I'll go on record as saying I don't always agree with how authorities handle drones. I've run into people who are just plain ignorant and authorities that don't know anything. But flying your drone is not a right. It's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's just like driving your car. You don't have a right as an American citizen to drive a car. It's a privilege. Having the bodies of your dead relatives photographed, that is not to be photographed. That is a right. You have the right not to have your dead relatives photographed by some knucklehead with a drone. And dude knew he was going to be on TV. I'm going to wear my America shirt. Oh.
Yeah, this is just another person that gives drones a bad name. I mean, he didn't even realize that the thing was recording. That's just full of junk. So, anyway.
Kelly, thoughts? You look like you might have a thought rattling around in there.
I actually agree with everything you just said, so there's no need for me to jump in. Just agreed.
Okay. I mean, sure, yeah. One day, down the road, all of the rules and everything will, the FAA is still trying to deal with all this. We don't have enforcement. The FAA is not an enforcement agency. So it's up to us to use common sense. Rules are made not for us who have common sense. Rules are made for the dumbasses like that dude who will do things like this. And I apologize, but that dude is a dumb ass. Back to you.
All right. So because of the fear that
hold on. This just in. We have an opinion about that dude in the America shirt from someone out in the field. What are your thoughts, ma'am?
I think that's stupid.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so obviously all of this stuff boils down to the fear of drones crashing into planes. And DJI has decided that they're just going to put this whole argument to rest. So the Civil Aviation Administration in China, working with an experimental aviation industry, did a mock-up of an airline cockpit and launched it at high speed at one of their drones, which is the DJI Phantom drone. The test was completed twice. The first time the drone hit the middle of the windshield. The second time the drone collided with the side of the windshield.
Now, what I did here was I got bored of this loop, so I put some sound effects in. It was just the same thing over and over again, so you let me know which one you like best. I changed up a little bit here. I think that was pottery. This might be a Hanna-Barbera. And then, of course, this one's for your son. Yeah. A lot better with the sound effects, I think.
Well, the important thing to take from this test is that after all of the impacts that it did, the windscreen was never damaged by the drone. Even the battery, which everybody keeps saying is going to be the thing that is going to go flying through and impact the cockpit, completely disintegrated on impact with the plane. So these tests match computer simulations that have been done here in the United States that prove that it's unlikely that a Phantom type drone would cause any critical damage to a commercial airliner.
Well, I mean, that's good news, but if it gets sucked into a jet, that's also bad news.
Same thing that happens if a bird gets sucked into a jet or any other debris gets sucked into a jet.
That's true. They would have to be at a drone festival and get several drones sucked into jets for it to really take it down, I believe, anyway. Still not good. Still not good. Don't fly your... This doesn't mean it's okay to fly your drone out in the stratosphere.
No.
Yeah.
So, Kelly, I know that you have your GoPro, and I know that you're probably interested in being able to move to a better drone later. And I want to tell you that Skydio, the manufacturer of the R1 drone, has specifically said, don't buy a drone yet. They are going to be releasing in October the R2 version of their drone, which is going to be the next version of the Skydio drone. Now, if you guys are familiar with the R1, this is the drone that had cameras all the way around the edges of it that could fly through forests and evade things and never collide with anything. The R2 is going to be the updated version, and the initial information that people are speculating on, this is all speculation, is that it will be smaller than the R1. It'll be a foldable version. It'll have a remote. and it'll have the same technology that the R1 does to allow it to avoid objects.
Now, will George Lucas be able to sue them? R2? I saw some people in the comments already. Yeah. So, no, don't tell Kelly about that. He is in love with his karma. That is it. It's the end-all, be-all of drones.
That's it for me. I'm locked for life. I'm very monogamous with my karma.
Yeah.
Toke.
All right, let's blow through the news because we don't want to be late. We don't want to make Mr. Steele wait.
All right, next we have the MIT CSAIL. They've designed a drone that can switch between hovering like a traditional drone and gliding like a fixed-wing airplane.
Oh, cool.
This is a test of the system that they have in place. They're still working on trying to refine it to be able to get, I guess, better performance from it in forward flight with the propellers. But it shows proof of concept that being able to combine both the forward flight of a fixed-wing aircraft and the hovering capability of a drone, that you could have a very effective, I guess, new type of hybrid.
Okay, and that's kind of like the Parrot that I gave away a couple weeks ago. The Parrot
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, what was it called? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it was made by Parrot.
Well, on the basis of our earlier discussion with drone stupidity, Ash, our UK correspondent, has something special for us.
Hi, I'm Ash from Droning On, and sometimes it doesn't even need a politician to bring drones into disrepute. There's a viral video circulating at the moment on all social media platforms which originates from an Instagram page called The Zach Myers. He's a mid-20s American guy who from his Instagram page looks to be intelligent and successful, but actually, if you look at this originating video, you might change your mind.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Nailed him.
Jeez.
The video shows a rather empty party with a drone hovering above, which appears to be a DJI Mavic. Attached to that drone is a firework, which starts launching fireworks towards an individual at pretty close range. In fact, there are actually a couple of direct hits, after which that individual hides under the table. Now, we assume that this is a private party, but that is irrelevant because as soon as that drone is in the air, attached with fireworks, it becomes a risk to the general public, and that drone could easily lose control. The fireworks could easily launch in an unexpected direction as well. A direct hit from one of those fireworks in the eye could easily result in losing an eye. It could also cause serious burns and damage to property and people in the surrounding neighbourhood. It's just bloody irresponsible. Thanks for watching and for flying safely.
Yeah, thank you, Ash. And by the way, if you want to see the rest of that video, which is very detailed, and he's got a great channel, there's a link in the description to that video and his channel. So here's where the divide happens between 14-year-olds and us adults. 14-year-olds are like, that's cool, I'm going to try it. Us adults are like, please don't. Not my neighborhood. I don't want my house to burn down.
Right.
So
this whole thing was set up, right? I mean, it was planned. The people at the party knew it was going to happen. They were just running around acting wacky because you see it from the drone's perspective. So obviously the drone didn't get confiscated by police and the kid didn't end up in jail. He did it for views and likes and engagement on social media, correct? Or am I wrong here?
That's the general consensus, is that it was something that was staged or planned that they were doing at this party, and that leads into our next story with this, because this isn't the only video like this.
Right.
Roberto Estella recorded a viral video in Brazil where he supposedly was breaking up a street party using a drone with fireworks attached to it. So this has also been proven to be a staged event for views and social media.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you get the bright idea to do this, other people have, learn by other people's mistakes.
It's technically weaponizing a drone. It's skirting the very edge of that, but I mean it's essentially very dangerous and not recommended.
Oh, I'm being told that we have a couple of correspondents to give us a little bit more on this.
Cool. Fire, 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 fire.
No, not cool. In fact, I would say, oh, I'm sorry, we have someone else to speak on this.
I think that's stupid.
Absolutely. Don't do that.
All right.
Speaking of fire.
Speaking of fire.
Yes.
Ken, let me ask you a question. You know it's legal in the United States to own your own flamethrower, do you not?
I didn't know that.
Oh, don't tell him that.
But wouldn't you think it would be even better to own your own flamethrower that flies?
Ooh, didn't we just watch a bunch of that?
No.
Okay.
This
Introducing the TF-19
Oh my God!
drone flamethrower. The Wasp is built to withstand all sorts of conditions, both cold and hot. With 25 feet of range and 1 gallon of fuel capacity,
Holy crap!
the TF-19 Wasp can deliver over 1.5 minutes of continuous firing time.
Oh, yeah.
Designed to reach new heights, it wields an array of utility for professional users who demand tools that exceed expectations.
I demand tools that exceed expectations.
Quickly refuel and make CG adjustments with one simple motion and no tools required. With an onboard FPV camera, pilots have a real-time view to navigate confidently through complex environments. Constructed from ultralight 3K carbon fiber, the TF-19 Wasp is built to support maximum flight time while holding strength paramount.
I think I'm in love.
Instantly deliver precision streams of fire with the TF-19's high-power plasma ignition system. A game changer for clearing vital infrastructure, igniting remote vegetation, and eliminating pests. The Wasp attachment is a versatile fit for any system and capable of any mission, no matter how tough.
Wow. That is cool. And I was reminded in the chat that it's okay if it gets out of control because you know you can always pee it out. Look, you and your buddies are in the woods and you got your flamethrower drone, right? You're like taking care of wasp nests and squirrels and all that thing. Man, if it gets out of control, you've been drinking beer all night, just pee it out. Pee it out, y'all. Anyway, thoughts on that, Kelly? I know people
Well, you guys just berated those two kids for the Roman candle drone, and now you're getting all excited about flamethrower drone. It's even worse than Roman candle drone. You're being hypocritical.
Well,
no,
now,
that's not a cool thing.
Now, hold on. The flamethrower drone is a tool. The Roman candle drone was a misused firework.
Now Jeff said, "Well, if you think about it, those are weaponized drones. How is the flamethrower drone not a weaponized drone?"
Well, if it's misused, it can be a weaponized drone. But it's a calibrated surgical tool that people use those to clear lines, to clear the plastic off of lines, and it's very. I think I should probably have one.
They also use drones similar to that, Kelly, for being able to create the counterfires that the fire departments use, so that they can do controlled burns. So, I mean, there is a practical use for that particular type of device.
Hold on a second. Thank you very much. This just in, I have more about this. It's also really freaking cool. That's what it says right there. So
$1,500 and it can be yours.
Wow.
I agree. It can be used for good and used for a lot of commercial reasons that would do a lot of good things. But if you put that drone in the hands of one Ken Heron, you've got big problems on your hands.
Well, look, if you put that drone in the hands of 52-year-old Ken Heron, you're safe. If you put that drone in the hands of 14-year-old Ken Heron, I would be just getting out now. I want to thank Ready Set Drone.
That would be a video that I would pay to watch.
I want to thank Kelly from Ready Set Drone, $20 super chat. And though he didn't type anything, I know he wanted to say that he'll see you at Spin Up. There's a link to Spin Up. Spin Up is happening October 19th. It's going to be awesome. We're all going to be there, right, Kelly? You're going?
I'm actually going to gin up. After the show's over, I'm going to go drink some gin. I'm just going to turn it up. Yeah,
very good.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, well, we have to get to Mr. Steele here. We're already a couple minutes late. I'm sorry if you're watching, sir. But, wait, this just in. Breaking news. This is from 10 Toes. Wonder what the news is. Oh dear. It's a swarm.
Oh, wow.
What are those? What are they? Well, I don't know what those are. Jeff, what were those things flying around?
Those are birds. Never gonna make it. Never gonna get through it. Never gonna make it.
Jeff, thank you so much for all of the wonderful news. I know you put your heart into it. And if anybody wants to find more about it, they can go to...
Drone Book is a place that we have most of the news showing up to, and there's also the Drone Wiki.
Very good. Thank you, Jeff. Love you. Mean it.
Take care.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
Oh, that Jeff. He is a good sport, isn't he?
He's awesome.
Yes. So now we're going to bring in FPV legend and lit human being, Mr. Steele. And now here's Kelly with a joke.
I was in a liquor store yesterday and an employee asked me, "Do you need help?" I said, "Yes, I do, but I'm going to go ahead and get this bottle of whiskey anyway."